Hello everyone, it's Pepsi back here in Roblox Wild Horse Islands. The Halloween update just dropped into game a few minutes ago, so in today's video I'm going to be doing a complete event overview for the 2025 Halloween event update. As usual, before I get started into the update itself, I always let you all know where to find the update or changelog. If you are curious and you don't already know, you can visit the event board in-game on any island and view the latest update in a summarized version, or you can see the entire thing on the official Happy Acres Discord server in the updates channel. I go over absolutely everything that is included in the update in detail in this overview video as well. If you are unable to access those, or if you prefer the video format, there are timestamps in the video description and in the video bar down below if you want to skip to a specific section. But let's get started. The Halloween event does come with an event map, and keep in mind the autumn event is still ongoing. So for the Halloween event map, which is Haunted Island, you can access the island by talking to this tree that is on mainland next to the travel trailer. It is right next to where the autumn event map travel is. Or you can also talk to William, the boat captain, like you do for other events in the game, and access Haunted Island from the travel menu as well. Again, it is also running alongside the autumn event, so you will see Henry's Homestead and Haunted Island under the Special Islands column. Alright, when you spawn in on Haunted Island, you will notice that the general map layout is the same for last year's Haunted Island. You will also notice that there are some new areas and icons on the map, however, and there is a returning addition to the map as well. But this in general is what Haunted Island looks like. For the Halloween event, since it runs alongside the autumn event, you will be using autumn tokens for some of the currency in the event shop, but you do have Halloween event currency for your turn-in rewards. You actually have three, two of them from last year and one from previous years. So the first one you have is Crypt keys. The second one is corrupt energy. And the final one that is being used from previous years is souls. So all three of these can be turned in for various rewards, as well as your autumn tokens in the event shop as well. Speaking about the Halloween event shop, if you are on Haunted Island, the event shop can be located by going to the trader icon. Instead of Larry, we have this ghost item trader, and if you talk to them and click buy, you can see the Halloween event shop here. So this is where you can spend autumn tokens on a lot of the accessories in default colors, some of the dyes and consumables and other items as well. But you will also notice there are several Robux items here, like per usual for the higher tier dyes and accessories that might be harder to obtain from your reward turn-ins. Again, those are just in the default colors. They do not come in the different color options that you can get when you do turn in your currencies. The Halloween event has three different turn-in options, one for each currency. The first one is Pearl's Cauldron. Pearl's Cauldron, if you are on Haunted Island, is located at the top of the map. All of the turn-in options are marked with these treasure chests, so you will see one labeled Pearl's Cauldron. And here you can talk to Pearl for several rewards. So at Pearl's Cauldron, you turn in corrupted energy, and you turn in 25 at a time to obtain a reward. This turn-in option has its own milestone rewards. So for the milestones for Pearl's Cauldron, at 75 corrupted energy, you have a set of Kelpie Fade die. At 225 corrupted energy, you have a set of Underworld Fade die. At 450 corrupt energy, you have one of the event horses, the Kelpie Akhal-Teke. At 900 corrupted energy, you have another event horse. You have the Underworld Clydesdale. And at 1,200 corrupted energy, you have the Cauldron carriage, and that is in default colors. So those are the milestone rewards and your first turn-in option at Pearl's Cauldron for turning in your corrupt energy. The second turn-in option you have on Haunted Island is the Graveyard Crypt. The Graveyard Crypt is located at this chest near the bottom right-hand side of the Haunted Island map. It is labeled Graveyard Crypt, and here you can talk to the crypt to obtain some rewards for turning in your crypt keys. You turn in 25 at a time, and again, this Crypt also has its own event rewards. So you have a Mummy Fade die set at 75 Crypt keys, the Mummy Quarter Horse at 150 Crypt keys, the Branch Antlers at 225 Crypt keys, and last but not least, the Bone Halo at 600 Crypt keys. So that is your second turn-in option to turn in your Crypt keys. The third and final turn-in option is the Soul Altar. This was not in the game last year, but it was prior, and the Soul Altar on Haunted Island is located on this treasure chest icon to the bottom left-hand side of the Haunted Island map. It is opposite of the Graveyard Crypt, and it is marked by this treasure chest, and it is labeled Soul Altar. Here you can turn in your regular souls. You can turn in 150 at a time for some rewards, and at the Soul Altar, the potential rewards you can obtain is any set of ghostly hair dyes. You can get any of the colors, so that includes blue, purple, pink, black, green, orange, red, white, or yellow. And you can also obtain a ghostly horse of any breed. So those are your potential rewards for trading in your souls at the Soul Altar, and that is your third and final turn-in option here on Haunted Island. Moving on to the 2025 Halloween limited event horses. So on Haunted Island, you do have a very small horse shop located at the horses icon near the center of the map. It is only one horse stall. For event horses, we have 3 event horses, and before I show them, per usual, you can find these event horses at horse shops on any island if you happen to see them there, or you can also find them in the wild on any island. So these are the 2025 Halloween limited event horses, and the very first one is the Mummy Quarter Horse. This is that coat. And the pure mane and tail for this horse is Mummy Fade. The second event horse is the Akhal-Teke, and this is the Kelpie Akhal-Teke. The pure mane and tail is the Kelpie Seaweed Kelpie Fade. So this is what that horse coat looks like. And last but definitely not least, the third event horse is the Underworld Clydesdale. So the Underworld Clydesdale has the pure mane and tail called the Underworld Fade. And this is what that horse looks like. And those are your 3 event horses for this year's Halloween event. You may have also noticed in the horse shop, or if you were already capturing horses, that we have the equivalent of horns for the Halloween event like we had for the autumn event. So in the autumn event, we had the autumn vine horn. It is still in the game as long as the autumn event is still ongoing. But for the Halloween event, we have the haunted blades. So the haunted blades can come in 4 different colors: gray, soul green, witch, or underworld. When you are in the Roblox horse shop, you can see 2 of these. If you go to the Mummy Quarter Horse, you can see an example of the gray haunted blade. So that is what that looks like. And if you look at the haunted or Underworld Clydesdale, you can see an example of the Underworld haunted blade on that horse as well. Again, there are 2 more color options that are not in the Robux shop, and that will be the witch or the soul green colors. Moving on, we actually do have a second horn equivalent, and these are called the Seaweed horns, and they can come in 3 colors: Kelpie green, Ivory, or Ghostly green. You can see one example of this in the Robux horse shop, and that is on the Kelpie horse, of course. So if you look at the horned version, this is an example of the Kelpie green seaweed horn. And again, 2 more colors are not in this Robux horse shop, but you can find them in the wild, and those would be Ivory and Ghostly green. And last but definitely not least, you will notice that Ghostly horses have returned as well. These are a Halloween event horse that you can find on any breed in several different color options. They can not only be found on Haunted Island this year, but you can also find them on any island in the wild as well. And this means that ghostly IUHs are now possible if you are trying to find one. You can see that they do sometimes pop up in horse shops like the one I am at right now on Haunted Island. But if you go through Haunted Island, I do have a map from last year. The video is called Guide to Ghost Horses, but it has a map to Haunted Island where the spawns are if you would like to check the spawns. There are several, and sometimes you will find ghostly horses here. So again, you can find them in the shop, on Haunted Island, or on any island in the wild this year. And ghostly horses, for the colors, they can come in ghostly blue, ghostly purple, ghostly pink, ghostly black, ghostly green, ghostly orange, ghostly red, ghostly white, and ghostly yellow. The manes and tails can also be in any of those ghostly colors as well. So if you have the same colored coat and mane/tail, that would be considered a pure ghost horse. So those are the return of ghost horses, and I will post an updated Haunted Island map with the horse spawns if you do not want to look at last year's video, because it is one of my oldest videos. So if you are trying to hunt for ghost horses on Haunted Island, look out for that video coming soon. For the first activity that you can do on Haunted Island, it is capturing corrupted pumpkins. And this is how you can obtain some corrupt energy. So over here on the map, you will see the corrupted pumpkin patch, and around the area surrounding the corrupted pumpkin patch, you will find some corrupt pumpkins. Now, this does use lassos, so keep in mind that you will be using lassos, and they are consumed with this activity. So these are what corrupted pumpkins look like. Once you find them, they have 3 health points, and capturing one with any lasso will give you this kind of body of the pumpkin. So this is the captured corrupted pumpkin, and if you click on it, you can drag it anywhere. You want to drag it to the center of this corrupted pumpkin patch. It is marked on your map, but you will also see the gates to the pumpkin patch, and you need to guide it to the center and return it to get a couple of corrupt energies. So this is where you are dragging those pumpkins, and the pumpkins only spawn this year surrounding this corrupted pumpkin patch. They no longer spawn all across the map, so they should, this is to help them not get in the way as much. But look around the corrupted pumpkin patch and you should find a bunch of them for you to capture for some corrupt energy. The second activity you can do here on Haunted Island is freeing trapped souls, and for this activity you will get crypt keys. So to start this activity, you need to talk to one of these eternal souls. There are 2 on Haunted Island. They are marked on the map with the ghost vision icon. So there is one here by the corrupted pumpkin patch, and your second one is over here by the graveyard crypt. So again, you can talk to either one of them. It does not matter. They are these glowing yellow eternal souls, and they can give you a ghost vision. Now, ghost vision is how you do these freeing trap souls activity. The green screen effect has been annoying to some people last year. So this year, if you turn off screen effects, that will also turn off this green glow hue on your ghost vision, but you will still have the timer at the top of your screen. When you have ghost vision activated, you will see these green trapped souls across the map, and you can talk to them. They move around quite quickly. And to free them, you have to do this mini game where you're clicking on the ghost. You have to click on 3 of them. Last year it was 5, so this year it's a bit easier by clicking only on 3. And if you miss one, you have to, you will lose one of your ghosts out of the 3 you need to complete. So you need to keep going until you finish 3 of them. So 1, 2, 3. And that will give you crypt keys as well as a soul. So you'll get 1 crypt key and 1 soul. Keep in mind this year souls are currency as well, so that is super helpful. So that is your second activity, which is freeing trapped souls. The ghost vision lasts for 5 minutes. If you want to end your ghost vision early, you just need to talk to one of the ghost vision NPC ghosts. And they can also remove your ghost vision if you do not want it for the full 5 minutes. So that is your second activity. The third activity is actually a brand new activity this year for the Halloween event, and this is called Helping the Spiders. If you are scared of spiders, if you are not comfortable looking at spiders or seeing spiders in the game, or in this video, please skip to the next section of this video. And when you are playing Haunted Island or the Halloween event in general, please stay away from these areas on the map called the Spider's Nest. There are 3 of them. One at the top left, one at the middle left, and one at the middle right. Please stay away from those areas, or do not watch this section of the video if you do not want to see any spiders. The spiders in this spider's nest are pink and they're fuzzy, so they do not look like regular spiders, but I do want to give that warning in case this might affect anyone and you do want to skip this section. So these spider nests have these fuzzy pink spiders, and you will see webs and eggs. So for the eggs, you can harvest these eggs, or these fly corpses, sorry. So you can harvest the fly corpses using your harvester, and doing any of these activities in the spider's nest gives you either corrupt energy or keys. You have the possibility to obtain both of them. When you see the spider webs, some of them are in need of repair. They will have this fix icon, and you can repair them by doing this little mini game. It is a clicking time bar mini game, and clicking 3 times will fix the spider web. So these will periodically become broken, so you can fix them for some rewards, and the fly corpses will periodically have some of the harvest icons, so you can harvest them for some rewards as well. The third part of this spider's nest is what you may have noticed already, the flies surrounding the spider's nest. So you will see some flies around the map. And for these flies, you do have to lead them with your lasso, but they do not consume your lassos. The flies, you herd them towards the spider's nest. So using your lasso will not capture any of the flies, but they will go like away from wherever you are leading them. And you can lead them to the spider's nest to get corrupted energy or your crypt keys as well. So that is the third section of the spider's nest area. And if you played the winter event last year, it is similar to kind of the reindeer pens to an extent. So it kind of reminded me of the reindeer pens where you can rein the reindeer back into the pen, like how you are reining the flies into the nest. It also reminded me because of the fixing minigame activity and the harvesting. So if you have played that event, this might be a little bit similar to you as well. This is the third activity, the spider's nest, and again, this gives both crypt keys as well as corrupted energy. There is one race here on the Haunted Island map, and that is this race next to the portal back to mainland. So when you are looking at the map, it is at the bottom of the map next to your portal. You will find the checkered flag icon, and this race is called Pearl's Passage. So you can start it by looking for this checkered flag, and this race will lead you all the way to Pearl's Cauldron. It does go through quite a bit of the map, so you can see some of the souls as well as the horses and horse spawns while you are going through this race. For completing Pearl's Passage for the race, you will get 3 crypt keys and 3 corrupted energy. So you do obtain both crypt keys and corrupted energy for completing the race. For me, it takes about a minute. This might be a little bit slower because I am not using a thoroughbred or a PBOG or anything like that. But it takes about a minute, if I remember correctly, to do this race. And it does lead you through quite a bit of the map. So if you are trying to check some of the horse spawns or get some souls, it is a good way to get those. And here is the end of the race next to Pearl's Cauldron. So that is the Pearl Passage race, and that is the only race here on Haunted Island, but it does give you both rewards if you are looking for crypt keys and corrupt energy. For the event colors and patterns, you will see various event patterns for the Halloween event, and you will see each one of the ghostly colors. So you might see those in Abby's accessories, or if you are turning in anything to try to get double limiteds. So those are your event colors and patterns. You can also use souls to craft any of the ghostly colors in attack and accessories as well. So if you go to your crafting menu, you will see near the top you have the ghostly colors available if you would like to look at those. So you have ghostly pink, ghostly red, ghostly blue, ghostly white, ghostly green, ghostly black, and ghostly orange. You can also use the search bar if you are looking for the ghostly colors. So those are the event colors that you can craft, and those are some of the patterns and colors you might see in various shops or from turn-ins. For the autumn and Halloween event specifically, both the autumn and Halloween events end on the same date and time. They end on November 7th at 2 p.m. Pacific. That might be a different date or time depending on your local time zone, so definitely check either the official Happy Acres Discord, the update boards in game, or you can convert my time zone to your time zone as well. But both the Halloween and autumn event end at the same time on November 7th, so you have about 3 weeks. At least, let's go over other miscellaneous changes and additions to the game. These are permanent changes or additions, and they are not related to the Halloween event, but I always go over them because it does affect a lot of the main gameplay, and they are some things you may have already noticed or may not have known about yet. So in other changes and additions, you now have foals with visible horns. If you have a foaled horse that had a horn, or if you turn a horned horse into a foal, you can now see the horn on the foal themselves, which is very cool. The second change is all breed coats are now available on standard donkeys and mammoth donkeys. So this includes infernal coats, special island unique coats, training island unique coats, golden apple coats, ghostly horse coats, and all special coats in general will be obtainable on standard donkeys and mammoth donkeys. So you may have noticed some of those in the game already. You also have, for other changes, a new personal boost. If you go into your boost menu, you'll see that you can now activate a personal boost called the 2x competition token boost. So this, like the name says, will give you 2 times as many competition tokens at the competition hub. It lasts for 1 hour and it costs 100 boost credits, so you can activate that boost as well. And when you capture horses and you have the show captured horse info on a freshly captured horse, you can now simply click the ride button on their stat card, and an inspect button has also been added to their stat card pop up so you can get a closer look at your new horse. So if you wanted to ride or inspect a brand new horse that you captured, that is now on that captured stat card. And you also have an inspect button easier to access on other horses. So let me pull out a horse. Instead of clicking on the horse themselves to inspect, you can now click on this circle at the top right hand side and it gives you that drop down list. You now have inspect as one of these options. So this was not here previously. And we also have a fixed bug that caused the inspect menu to glitch. So if you were sprinting and galloping and riding a horse while inspecting, the inspect menu would glitch out very easily, so that is now fixed. And last but not least, you also have a new addition to the global boost section of the boost menu. You can now see when the next global boost will be in the boost menu. So you can see the next global boost will be on October 20th at 11 a.m. And so this is now in the game itself. So that is super exciting. Those are all of the other changes and additions to the game. And that is it for the complete event overview for the 2025 Halloween event. If you enjoyed this video and you like to see other Wild Horse Island videos or live streams, definitely subscribe to my channel if you are not already. And I do Wild Horse Islands videos every single week. I do live streams every Saturday, Sunday, and on update days. And I will see you guys in my next video or live stream. Bye, everyone.